Greetings, comrades. TemnoTsar here with City Skylines Episode 2. Now, the first video, I kind of introduced the game and talked about some of my concerns with the game, like the pre-ordering, not being able to upgrade the city services and things like that. So that's what I kind of said made the game a little worse than SimCity, because at least in SimCity you could upgrade your buildings, and yeah, you had a little square and you couldn't expand outward, but you could also have multiplayer. And that's a big thing that I wish City Skylines would introduce is multiplayer, kind of like Tropico 5, where the multiplayer is if you build like a street or buy a like in this, if you bought a plot of land, another player couldn't buy that same plot of land. I think that would be a lot of fun and would introduce some type of multiplayer aspect, which I know Paradox is good at, because I've played Crusader Kings, I've played Hearts of Iron. They have a few other games that I've actually watched. I haven't played them yet, but I've watched. So I know they can do multiplayer. They've done it in the past. So I don't know why they didn't introduce some type of multiplayer in this, where, like, say you two started on two different sides of the map, and when you bought a plot of it was kind of a race to buy so many plots of lands, and you could trade resources with one another and sell resources. Your workers could go work for them, and you could kind of work together, or you could compete against each other, and I think that would be a lot of fun, which is what SimCity was all about. So that was where it was lacking, and of course it lacked the pre-order. That kind of upset me a lot. Same with the not being able to update the services. So far SimCity's winning, but just by like 1 or 2 points. That's it. I feel once they start releasing more of the DLCs on PlayStation 4 and get it caught up to the PC version, then I'll probably sing a different tune, or at least introduce mods. That would be fun, which I've read in an article that they are going to do. So now that I talked about that, once again, my same old tune, just in a different part of the video, Patreon. You can go support me there. You can also support me on Add Me Fast, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, blah blah blah. Same intro, different day. Now while it's loading, my brain went blank. Today's episode is not going to be an introduction, because I already did that in the last video where I kind of showed you how to get your little hamlet growing. This one is going to be about the services and trying to get my services up and running. So, speed it up. I did finally, at the end of the last video, I was finally making money. So that's a plus. In this video, I kind of want to try to get to 800, which should be very easy, because the first, like, 3 or 4 milestones are really easy. I wish they'd have more milestones, actually, because it is extremely easy. Oh, they do. Oh, yeah, 65,000. So they don't have a lot, and 65,000 people is actually pretty easy to get to. I want to say the highest one that I have so far is 17,000. And I got that within, like, maybe 2 hours of playing. So, but I need to reach 800 so I can start making districts, because this, on this side, is going to be my residential. I'm going to have a commercial strip, and then a small industrial strip down here. And then my goal is to eventually get no pollution, because pollution is bad. Pollution kills. I know in my last video I didn't really care, but this video I'm going to eventually try to turn all this industrial here and clean up everything. So that'll be one of my other videos, cleaning up the city. So for right now, I'm just building money. And once I get so much income per week, I'll be able to start placing some of the services. So I didn't explain this in the last video, which I felt I should have, but I didn't. Whenever you're placing, say you're placing commercial, which I don't, we'll do industry. There are several different ways you can place them by holding down triangle. You can either fill, which I'll zoom out, so you can see. It'll fill this much of available area. So it doesn't fill in a whole area. I want to say it fills 150 tiles? I might be wrong. I'm not very good at math. Then you have the brush tool, which will fill that much. So you guys can kind of see that, and then you can just randomly select. I'm actually going to use the brush tool to kind of just show you how it works. So hit X and you fill one spot, and then you can kind of just drag it over. I don't like the brush tool. A lot of YouTubers that I've watched in the last week or so say that they actually like the brush tool. I do not like it. I prefer the select tool or the fill tool. Now again, it's all up to you. I can hear my wife laughing in the background. Oh, she's watching Jackie. And when I say Jackie, I mean Jacksepticeye. This is gonna bother me a little bit, so I'm gonna fix that. I'm sorry, I have to fix that. I told you guys before, I have really bad OCD. That doesn't look any better. And I'm horrible at angles, so... There, that actually looks better. Okay. Not a perfect circle, but you know what? Whoa, what is that angling? What was that? Wow, okay. Now once I get... Oh, I do have it. Okay, so I am actually going to upgrade these roads now. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys another little trick. If you go hit triangle whenever it has the little info pads, you can go to city info, or not city info. My bad, I'm not a very good teacher. City info views. You have electricity, water, education, which I don't have any yet, garbage, your happiness, which my people aren't very happy, and that's because they don't have any services right now. Health, again, I don't have any. Your wind speed, I'm gonna pause this because they're starting to complain about garbage. Your levels, how upgraded they are. Right now everybody's just kind of level 1. So your traffic, this is the one that you will use the most. As you can see, it's already starting to get red here because this is the only way to enter the town. Not a lot of people will leave town, but this is the only way to get into town. So eventually I'll have to upgrade that to fix the traffic issues. And then of course pollution. Right now I don't have any issues with my drinking water, thank God. But my ground pollution's already getting pretty bad over there. And then fire safety, noise pollution. Eventually I will need to upgrade the street here with trees because they cancel out noise. Because the more noise there is, the more these people will be unhappy. And then of course transportation. Again, this is more of a city transportation road simulator than a city building simulator, where SimCity is more of a city building simulator than that. Which is fun, because I mean in real life that's what cities focus on, and I keep moving to keep distracting you guys, but I'm gonna stop. So, and then you have your outside connections. Right now, I am importing goods because I don't have the factories. My factories right now are ore, so they import ore. They also import agriculture, oil, and forest. And then I export goods. That's all I export. And then I have no tourism. Now, I don't know if you can make money off of tourism. I know in SimCity you can. I haven't really looked into making like a full tourist town in this. I don't know if that's a viable build. So, we'll see. And then, of course, natural resources. You have oil, ore, forest, and fertile land. The forest, though, I feel is misleading because I have all these like green areas and whatnot, but you can build a forestry anywhere and they will produce their own trees. So I feel like that's not a reliable. Oh, well, I have a nice little area over there for agriculture, and over there too. So, and then leisure, I don't have any, and then districts. So it does get pretty in depth, and I like that. And then you get little tweets, which is a really cool mechanic, I thought. So, for now, I need to build a landfill site. So once again, I'm going to hit L3 to kind of showcase it. It costs only $4,000 to build. It's got an upkeep of 160. It does have a pollution of 100, so it will pollute wherever you put it. So there is a achievement, or a trophy, I should say, to have it to where I kind of actually want to build this out more, to where you can have zero pollution, ground pollution and water pollution. I will be honest. Oh, gotta change my road tool. There we go. I will be honest, I don't know how to do that one. So I'll probably have to, that'll probably be the last achievement I do. Because right now, oh, too steep. Right now, the only two garbage solutions is the incinerator, which produces 100 pollution, and the landfill, which again produces pollution. So I don't know if the incinerator only produces, like, say, air pollution instead of ground pollution, because the trophy only says ground and water pollution. It does not say anything about air pollution. So I don't know. Shh, phone. Copyright. Can't do that. Okay, why are you not working? Why are you not collecting garbage? Okay, so there are my garbage trucks. So I'm gonna bring back my thingy and traffic. So as you can see, this intersection here is already starting to get kind of congested. So what I might have to do is connect these down here, or even have like a little offshoot here, so that way they're not getting all congested. So I want to be able to maximize my, so I'm gonna pause this. There we go. I want to be able to maximize all my roads and be able to make sure I have 100% of my land, because I am not wanting to expand too quickly. So there. So I'll have that. I like having my industry going one way and everything else going the other. And I'll just connect this here. Connect this over here, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what I'll end up doing is have another side street and then another main street. Eventually. There. Now, hold on one second. Okay. So this... Oh, I hit it. So I hit the mark. Sweet. So now I can start doing districts, policies, second loan, and start getting all that, which is what I wanted to get to. So now we're going to pause this and start making my districts. So if you guys have... stop it. If you mess up, if you hold down square, I don't know my shapes now, you'll be able to fix them. Now the districting is a little wonky at first and it's hard to get used to because it's not perfect. Like, as you can see, it's all a blob, but it works. So now I'm gonna kind of district this off. Actually, don't do that. Get rid of that. I already noticed a mistake. Mistakes were made, mistakes were made, repeat mistakes were made. I did not maximize. Oh yeah, I did. Oh. Mistakes were not made. I was just an idiot. That's weird that I have less blocks to contend with. Oh well. So, I like districting things off, because then you can specialize areas. Like this down here will be my industrial park. And then this here. I'm going to leave this stretch here clear, and then I'm going to try to leave this main street here cleared. But as you can see, it is kind of hard to get it perfect, but it works. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to leave that street cleared. So I'm just going to cover that one. And I'll eventually name these, but for now I'm just going to leave the generic names. Now, I can change this here to forestry, or I can change it to agriculture, farming industry, or I can change it to the generic. I'm going to leave it to the generic for now, but eventually I'll change it to the forestry when I try to clean up the city. So now I have that. Now I hit my triangle to go to policies. And for now, I just want everybody to have smoke detectors. Now this here is a list, like, that is for all my entire city. So say I want to make it to where everything's park and recreations, to increase the budget for my parks. Or increase one area is just like constant work. Or maybe a section of my city is a red light district where drugs and all that is legal. I can do all this for the entire city, or I can go in and modify each individual district. Like, say I don't want smoking in the commercial area because it's all touristy. I can do that. Or no pets in the tourist area. I can do that. Free public transportation. I can do that. Taxation, same thing here. This is for the entire city. Like the leisure. I can make it to where leisure commercial areas is 100% free. They don't pay taxes. And it increases how well they are. And then, of course, city planning. I can make it to where no heavy traffic. But the city planning, I like to use in district only. I don't like making the whole city. So there's that. So now, every area, every district has that little smoke area. That means that they all have smoke detectors now. economy. I am going to increase taxes to 11%. That way I have a little extra income. I don't need to mess with the budget yet. I don't need to accept any loans. And then you can kind of just look at your incomes, where you're making money at, where you're not making money at. Oh, I didn't mean to pause. So now let's get my second to last little block made. Nope. Well, people are starting to complain about other things now. There we go. So get that one down. Perfect. So now I have these 5 little side streets. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I actually have 6. This one here I'll probably upgrade. Actually, I am going to upgrade. I'll actually upgrade that, and I'll D-zone this here and probably here, and I'll turn this section of street here into my like city services, my parks and things like that. So for now I'm going to delete this one so that way I don't build too far out, and then just paint those. I need to make sure there's water, so they are covered somewhat. And then I can bring this out here. And boom, there you go. I just kind of want to extend my water services a little further. So there. So they are still demanding. Oh, we got it, fire. And that's one plus that I like about this game is you can zoom in, and yeah, it'll lag a little bit. But, I mean, look at these graphics. You would not expect these type of graphics from... And then I can hit square to delete that building. You would not expect that type of graphics. So, I am going to save and end this video here. Like I said, I want to try to keep these short, sweet, and to the point. There'll probably be 1 or 2 more videos of this, of me growing my city. I did make it to where I wanted to be, which was, I am now a worthy village. I'm not a little hamlet. So, I did grow. I did succeed there. I now have my 3 districts. I'll have my residential district, which is going to be really decent size. Or pretty big, I should say. This one will be my decent size. This will be my commercial area. And then this, of course, will be my industrial. And I won't have a very big industrial area to start with. And then eventually I might expand over here. And I might turn this into like agriculture or something. It does have access to a highway if I buy this plot of land to the south of my city. But it looks like if I go north, maybe 2 blocks? Let's see. Yeah, if I go north 2 blocks, I actually have a really good agricultural site to the north. So I might actually just go north twice and have it that way. Because I am on a giant island, so that will also give me access to this nice little bay area, and I'll have access to the ocean, or I could also go, so we'll see what happens. And I am kind of starting to pollute a little bit, because you can see some pollution there, but not very much, so that's a plus. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys want to learn, any tricks that you guys might know to make my educational, I put it in quotation marks, educational videos a little bit better, or maybe even let me know what I'm doing that I shouldn't do, things like that. It's a learning experience for both parties, me and you. I'm trying to learn how to better manage my cities, and I'm trying to teach people out how I feel I successfully do it and where I fail at doing it. Like, the roads and starting off, as you saw, is kind of rocky for me. I tend to build very big very quickly, but overall I end up not failing. I've kind of mastered that. But eventually this part here is going to become very congested. So building south would probably be good, because then I can get access to this highway, so I'll have two different ways to get into my city. If I buy another plot of land to the north, I can eventually make it to where this industrial site has its own quicker, more reliable route to the highway, along with my citizens. So let me know what you guys think, and as always, look me up on Patreon, add me fast. Both of those will help my channel grow in two different ways. Patreon, you guys just donate directly to my channel. Add me fast allows me to get more views, more subscribers, and helps me spread my channel that way. Of course, Facebook, you can always like me and follow me on Facebook. Same with Twitter and Instagram. Thank you guys for watching, and have a nice day.